tacos a little bit different way. And I think if you try it, you'll find out it's really excellent. I get these Frida's chicken egg rolls. You can get any brand you want, really. But what I like about these, and there's some good things about these and good things about others. But what I like about these is when you go to cut them to be round, the whole thing fits. There's other browns that don't even fit this. And I just happen to have the Mikasa size bowl. So what we're going to do is first make them round, okay? Make them uniform. And you just kind of hold the bowl down and just cut around it. Simple. Might have to go around twice, make sure you get down to the bottom. And keep the cardboard there so you don't cut into your countertop. Not that I could, because this is granite. Not everybody has granite. So once you cut this, make it nice and round and uniform, kind of like to be neat. Okay, my dog happens to like these, so I'll give them to him raw, you know, the leftovers here. And then just kind of place them here. And then what we do is I have this pan. Ooh. Pan getting the oil hot. Don't want to make it too hot because it'll cook them too fast. On our stove, I put it at like a 3.5. And I use this particular one to hold them down because they tend to want to float. And then I get the, if I can find it. Oh, they were just used cooked bacon, so these are fine. Cooked bacon. So what I do is the oil is plenty hot now. Come over and give a shot of this. When you have the perfect temperature, when you figure that out, it's kind of trial and error. You just kind of, it should take about. Okay. Now. This is a bit too hot, so I won't even count this one as done correctly. You see how quickly it's browning. It shouldn't be that fast. I just turn the heat down a little bit. And just kind of lay it in there. And then after a couple seconds, I flip it so it gets evenly cooked on both sides. See, it's bubbling much too fast. But you don't want to undercook it either, because then it comes out like chewy and you're trying to pull it apart. I just kind of fold it like this, and then put it on this rack to dry. And I think we're going to need a little bit more olive oil. This olive oil my wife got from Portugal, and it's a really good brand. So when you have all this oil, you say, isn't that too much oil? That oil is actually good for you, especially olive oil. So you'll find that when you're eating this, as compared to a corn chip or soft tacos, that you'll notice how much lighter these are. They just feel so light and airy when you eat them. It feels like you're hardly eating anything. It's like eating a fine, cake that's not all fudgy and heavy. but it's nice and light and fluffy, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. Now, in case you're wondering where I got this idea from, I never had a taco in my life until I went to Okinawa, Japan, believe it or not. We just didn't grow up, you know, having things like tacos. Didn't really know what one was much. There was no Taco Bells around that time. So I went to Okinawa, and of course, you know, they don't have like corn fields and stuff like that, so they didn't have hard taco shells or anything. But they're very resourceful, so they got these egg roll wraps, and they just kind of fried them in oil and made taco wraps out of them. And I'm telling you, they were the best that I ever had. We used to have whole units, you know, platoons, companies, battalions even, squads, and individuals who would go in there to set records. So they would go in and, you know, individuals I've seen eat as many as like 46 tacos or something like that. Forgive me if I'm off a little bit, but it was some ridiculous amount because they were so light and airy you could just keep eating them and eating them and not even feel full. So, I mean, when you take a company or a platoon and, you know, you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of tacos. So when they set the record, you know, they would put it up on a big board on the wall and show how many everybody ate. And they were also, you know, relatively cheap back then. I think you got like 4 tacos for $5 or something like that, which was pretty good. You could eat, you know, 4, if you weren't that hungry, you could just eat dinner or something. Because us Marines, we did have a pretty big appetite. Just like our Army guys do, and people in the service generally do, because you're young, you have a high metabolism, and you do a lot of physical labor. A lot of working out besides the physical labor also. So, okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it should only take, you know, a few minutes to cook up however many you're going to have. And I'm cooking for the family, so I'll probably make, I'll probably cook 10. So that'll just take a few more minutes, and then we'll get back with you. All right, well, here we go with the perfectly done crispy taco shells. It's so easy to do. Just do like I showed you on the video. And, you know, you might burn one or two, which I've done in the past. You know, it's all trial and error. But just make sure that your oil is not too hot. They should cook in like a minute or less when you do it correctly. And you might have to frequently turn it over to keep one side from burning. But you'll get the feel of it. It's real simple. Okay, now we're going to make our first taco. Taco shell number 1. Come over here and let them see. We take the meat. I use a tablespoon, and some falls out. That's okay, because you want them light. You don't want to pack it with so much meat that it becomes like heavy. You want to make it nice and light and enjoyable. So, and then here's the twist. You know, if you've never tried this, you've got to try it. This, I use feta cheese, and I use a teaspoon here. You just kind of sprinkle it in there. 1 teaspoon is fine. And then I personally like the Paul Newman's mango salsa. It is one of the best that I've ever had. It's not very hot, but it's so full of flavor. Use, a teaspoon in there. Maybe a little more. Can't hurt. Okay, and then what I do is to spice it up a bit. I use this Grace hot pepper sauce. It's very hot and it's very flavorful also. For those of you who don't like very hot, well, there's always the Chi-Chi's medium or mild. And then I have the fire sauce from Taco Bell. Sometimes I put it on, sometimes I don't. Just depends on how you feel. But now, to really depart into different territory, is I get some Kalamata olives and just get them sliced, you know. And just put a couple in your taco there. It really adds to the flavor. You'd be surprised. And then what I do is I don't use this for this. I don't use the shredded cheese. The kids like that, so they use that. And then you could use also some sour cream if you like that. Matter of fact, let's demonstrate, shall we? I haven't even used it in this, so I like to use this because it's easy to dispense. And let's make sure there's, oh yeah, that's good. You could also put, you know, anything in there, olives, not olives, avocado, things like that. So then I get this non-GMO tomato, put it in thusly. That's beautiful. And then just top with some shredded lettuce. And then may I have a volunteer, please? You're scared to be on the camera, is that what it is? You are? Okay, I will volunteer myself then. We'll see how it turns out. You know I'm going to say it's good. Best taco I ever had. Except the shell is just slightly not done enough here because that was in the beginning when we first did it. But the shell should be crunchy all the way through. But anyway, other than that, this is a taco you must try. It is so good. Thanks for coming.